What's up, YouTube? Happy Tuesday, CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football. First off, shout out to my boy KBLegends for teaching me how to make an amazing YouTube channel and get a ton of views by just doing fake giveaways and lying to you. So if you want to enter this fake $1 million giveaway, all you got to do is leave a comment that says done, and that'll hide all the hate from my clickbait lie that I would normally get. So shout out to you, KBLegends. So just go ahead and drop that done. There's not really a giveaway, but I'm going to tell you guys that there are so that I'll get a ton of subs and a ton of views. And also, guys, you know, the title of this video, we are going to show you an infinite coin hack. That is also nothing really what we're going to look at. We're just going to have a normal episode of Coaching Handheld Football. Going to coach you guys on how to score consistently, and we're going to look at what's in the game. So yeah, also I'm going to add a new coin sponsor so that you guys can all get banned and I can make a few bucks. Also on the KBLegends playbook. So shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for all the great advice on being an amazing YouTuber. In all seriousness, guys, sorry. Slay didn't think I would do that. He's a buddy of mine. I said, I'll troll KBLegends for always lying to the community. So yeah, just wanted to troll him. You know, guys, that's not me. Don't buy coins. And don't get yourself banned. And you're not going to have giveaways. I just give away knowledge. But let's take a look in the draft here, guys. We got two new cards today, starting with Brian Urlacher, 118 middle linebacker that gives +4 tackle to the squad, 9th pick in the 2000 draft. And overall, solid looking card, little slow at this point in the game, just because when you look at like the team of the year cards, if you got those, now granted they're way more expensive to train up than these guys who train up for free, but they can usually get a little bit higher in speed. But overall, you know, good looking card, good pursuit, decent zone coverage, which is what I would like for a linebacker, good tackle. Good speed. Overall, solid card. We also get an Earl Campbell, which gives +2 strength and +2 truck to the team. And also, another solid card, good stats all across the board. Again, a little slow, but at this late in the game, you probably have some things that'll boost the speed. So if you use those 5 levels on him to get him trained up, he's going to be a solid card overall. But honestly, we're pretty deep at running back. And plus, with the draft coming up, you know, Saquon Barkley is going to be coming out. And someone had asked what my thoughts are on the Bucs and who they're going to be drafting. Honestly, I think they're going to draft Fitzpatrick. Our secondary has really just been getting gashed last year, so I think that drafting a safety is going to make, or a safety or defensive back. He can actually play either. But drafting a defensive back is something that's going to be good for them. So anyways, guys, was just kidding. There's no $1 million giveaway. We're not doing an infinite coin hack. That's just the clickbait title because that's what KBLegends does. And Slay gave him some attention. He also copied my boy Buckeye, just stealing his title. He also steals thumbnails and everything else. So I figured we'd throw a little bit back at you, my man. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop into our drives today. All right, guys, so we're going up against 4th and long MMO. I'm going up against this guy, Gunny. He's 110 defense, so we're just going to see what we can do here. As you can see, I've actually been boosting my team a little bit. This promo has been great to do that, guys, so if you're free to play, I hope you're grinding. Hope you're boosting your team, specifically the defensive masters that I got. I've got my defense up to 112 now. So I'm going to go ahead and take this kickoff. It's not in the end zone, so good kick power. And we're going to go from here. So we're going to start this thing off with trips corner strike. And specifically, I'm going to pull up the play here. Now, we know nickel zone coverage against trips corner strike is counter formation. But the reason I always open with this play is because even if it's a critical counter, you're not going to lose yards and you're probably going to gain some yards. So against a critical counter, you're just going to go to your slot receiver, Fuller. So let's go ahead and move this thing out. As soon as the game lets you throw it, you just throw it right to him. So the forced backup on a lower medium counter does that. Try to break out of it, and we get up there, sets up a 2nd and short. So 2nd and 2, we're going to go empty trip stick here, and we're going to pull up the play. Now we have dime man coverage, and we talked about this yesterday. This is a great play to scramble on, specifically against man coverage. So let's go ahead and go from here, and we'll see how we pull this off. So I actually had to use my scramble button here. I didn't get a good angle because the defensive end came around really wide. So, you know, I just used the scramble a little early, but I did set up a 1st and 10. Here we're going to go bunch PA pin deep. And against this particular formation, what we're going to want to do is look to hit Graham, your tight end, I'm sorry, who's going to be running that little out route. There's some formations that are going to give you the deep route to Evans or wide receiver 1. This isn't one of them. So you're just going to look to hit the tight end. As you can see, he gets open and you just grab it, take some yards after the catch, and you're usually going to get, 15 plus yards. So it sets up a 1st and 10, and we are going to go with PA slide here. And on PA slide, you've really got 2 routes to look for: your tight end or your fullback. Your tight end's going to do a deeper drag route. Your fullback's just going to run out into the flat, and we're just going to watch the coverage. And one of them is going to get open. So here we go. We're going to slow this down a little bit, and Smith is open. So since Smith is open, that's who you hit. If your fullback is open, take the dump off. Even if both of them are open, you want to take the dump off because the tight end will do blocking down the field. So here we go. We're going to set up spread FL drag. The only real read here, there's technically 2, but it's like a 95% to 5% difference. You're looking to go to Graham, your tight end, who's going to be running this little out route. If for some reason he's covered, wide receiver 2, which is Baldwin in this case, will run that drag route, and you'll hit him up the middle of the field. But we're just going to go ahead and hit it here. Hit Graham. He gets open at the sidelines, and we take that in for our first touchdown on the day. And I'm going to just check to see if we used scramble lately here, which we did on empty trip stick. So I'm going to have to use flipped strong eye halfback toss, which basically you just go to the edge. It's not countered, so you go to the edge. If for some reason the corner breaks off and cuts off the edge, you can cut up before your wide receiver, but the edge is normally where you're going. So we score a nice, easy 8 points, and we'll go ahead and speed this thing up, get into drive number 2, and go from there, and we'll continue to break this down. One thing I did notice, guys, and let me know what you think, I am going to, someone suggested showing the plays and pausing it during the play call, which I'm going to do. But one thing I noticed, so here we go, trips corner strike. We've got this 3-4 man coverage, so it's not countered this time. We knew that from last time being a soft counter. So we're basically going to look to Fuller or Evans. One of them is going to get open, pretty wide open. Basically, if Fuller is left alone, he's the dump off, you take it. If he's guarded, you're going to get wide receiver 1 deep, and you can make a big play off of this one. So here we go. Unfortunately, Fuller's open, so we just hit him quickly and move on. So one thing I think I'm going to do, and let me know what you guys think. So here we go, empty trip stick. We've got dime man coverage again. But one thing I didn't like is when I pull out like that, it highlights the players, and I think that blocks blocks seeing the play as clearly. So what I'm going to do in tomorrow's video is I'm actually just going to turn those off so that we'll only be talking about the positions. So if you're not fully up to date on the positions, maybe go check out my my Defense 101 series, since we talk about all of that stuff. But here we go, empty trip stick, and this time I'm going to go ahead and pull this off without using the scramble button to save it. So here, the defensive end is blocked, so we just roll out just like we talked about yesterday, and we've got the sideline. If you're going to run with the quarterback, the sideline is the safest place to do it. Here we're going to go into bunch PA pin deep. Now this is a dime zone formation, and it is potentially countered. If it's not countered, you're going to get Evans deep, wide receiver 1. If it is countered, lower medium, you might still be able to get him deep. Critical, you're taking a sack. So let's just take a look here and see what we get. So here we go. We snap it. It's open. So we're going to go to Evans deep. We get it. Unfortunately, there was no room to really get an alligator walk going, but that's still a big gain. And we're going to go right into PA slide. We've got dime man coverage here. And this is going to be one where I talked about this particular coverage is usually going to result in both the fullback and the tight end getting open. And my personal preference here, you can run it the other way. I like to take the dump off here because it leaves your tight end down the field, and since he's open, he's going to be free to block. So normally if you hit the tight end here, he'll get smacked like right away and tackled. If you hit the fullback, if your tight end throws a block, you can actually get the, get even bigger yards. So here we go. Both are open. I hit the fullback, and he goes out to throw a block. Didn't need him to throw a block there. But here we go, bunch spacing. This is potentially countered since you've got this dime man coverage. If countered, you'll basically see before I snap it, I'm holding down on the stick. And as soon as I snap it, I get ready to scramble. If I see them coming through the line, we scramble. So here we go. I'm going to slow this down in slow motion because this is a scramble attempt. So they came through, immediately hit the scramble, and loop around, and we're sitting on 16 for the day. So let's go ahead and speed this back up, get right into drive number 3. Let me know what you think of this format. Trying to keep it up, trying to actually kind of watch the drives beforehand too, so I don't miss the plays. play calling sometime. I think I did a little bit yesterday. So here we go. Once again, he's got great kick power, so we just take this one out. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're sticking with the script. Trips corner strike here. We'll pause it for just a second, but you know what's going to happen. Evans or Fuller, we look to see who's open. And in this case, Fuller's open, so we take it. Evans could have came open, but if you've got a dump off who's wide open, just take it. Live to fight another day. And here we go, pin deep. Once again, this one's potentially countered. Last drive, we managed to pull it off. Got the deep shot to Evans. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. And unfortunately, we're going to go to Evans here, but he can't hang on to it. So we didn't get countered, even though it was counter formation, but it sets up a 2nd and 10. And I'm going to go with empty trip stick here. Now we've got a nickel man coverage. Man is good to scramble against. So let's go ahead and run this here. And I'm actually going to have to use the scramble because the tackle did not get blocked. So a use scramble sets up a 3rd and 6. And we are going to go ahead and go with spread FL drag. Once again, looking to Graham at the sideline. So let's go ahead and hit this out. He gets open. Unfortunately, there's a lot of drops on this play. I got pretty lucky today not doing those. Here we go with PA slide. Once again, now this 3-4 over formation that we're looking at, this is counter formation. And in fact, if you see this, you're pretty much almost guaranteed countered. I don't think I've ever seen this formation not be countered. So there we go. We hit a 14% critical softy, sets up a 2nd and 14. I'm going to go into the rotation because I want to rotate tightly. And all we've got here is trips corner strike that we know is open. So we're just going to go back to it. It's not awful on 2nd down. We've got this 3-4 coverage. So once again, the flat to the slot receiver or the wide receiver one deep, and we'll see who comes open. So here we see the flat is covered, which means we're going to get Evans deep. And what you want to do, I'm going to put it in slow motion here to resume. You want to hit him right after he takes that final out route with a bullet because he's got some separation. And if you lob it, now unfortunately he couldn't catch it, so it sets up a 3rd down. But you want to hit with a bullet there because if you don't, you run a chance of getting picked. So here we go. We look at it. Now, I would love to run empty trip stick here because it's just a good spot for it. Unfortunately, it has not been enough plays to run it without a frequency counter, so I have no known plays that are uncountered. So I'm going to have to test something new. I'm going to choose to go with wide receiver corner. I like the play. It can break low and medium counters. Now, against this formation, it's not countered. We've got this man coverage, so we're going to look to hit the tight end. That's the ideal route. On this out route, he can get separation and pick up yards after the catch. Plus, this play can break counters by bulleting it to the running back. So let's see what we have here. We snap it. Graham gets open. We hit him, and it sets up 4th and short. Now, we talked about it last time. I'm going to check it and just make sure I've still got scramble and everything. I talked about empty trip stick. It's back in the rotation. Not going to face a frequency counter. It's a good play. It can break counters. And here we actually have counter formation where you've got dime zone coverage. This is counter formation. And if you watched it during the if I was doing it live like I used to do, I got a little upset here because I hadn't hit a short pass counter all game. It's 4th down, and let's go ahead and run it. We get the high snap, and we can't even get it off on the 9% counter. So we get shut down, only 16 points on the day. I think the play call was solid. I mean, I waited for it to come into the rotation, had been using it the whole time. Empty trip stick can usually even easily break low and medium counters, can even break a critical by bulleting it to the running back. The downside is a high snap, and with my luck, 9%, high snap critical, and only 16 points on the day. But if you like this video or what I'm trying to do here on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I love you guys. You are the best audience ever. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.